We're on episode 7 of Deadly Survival Skills, the series where we take a look at former Navy SEAL Clint Emerson's book, 100 Deadly Skills. Episode 7 means we're nearing the end of the book, which means I'm pretty close to becoming a Navy SEAL. I think that's how it works. Number 1. Draw a concealed pistol. Most people think that training with a weapon means taking it down to the range and practicing target shooting, but Clint says there's more to it than that, like being able to quickly draw a concealed weapon. If it's just under your shirt, then hook your shirt with your thumb and pull the gun out in one fell swoop. If you're wearing a jacket or something else that's liable to get in the way, then Clint cleverly suggests putting weights in the pockets that'll make it easier to swing out of the way, and then just stay away from large bodies of water maybe. Number 2. Shoot from a vehicle. Well, if you have the option, don't. There's a reason why so many drive-bys completely miss their target and end up hitting puppy-holding orphans. Clint says in a gunfight your first option should be to drive away. If not possible, you should at least try to get out of the car and use it for cover. But when that's not possible, lean back away from the window, aim low because the curve of the windshield will refract the bullets upwards, and fire multiple shots to break through the glass. Number 3. Win a knife fight. You don't so much win a knife fight as just survive. Even tournament knife fighters, and yes, that's a thing, can't get away without a few lacerations. It's just not possible. I can't stress this enough. Movies have given us such a warped sense of reality, but if you ever see a knife attack in real life, you know, there's really not much defense you can offer. Anyways, first start off guarding the weapon. I have a friend in the army, and one time he gives me a knife and says, "Come at me with this like you're trying to rob me." So I hold out the knife like a mugger would do, and he very quickly twists my wrist and punches me in the face, which was a bit much considering I was only doing what he asked me to. But anyways, don't hold the knife outwards. And here's all the different ways you can slash and stab a person. Have fun with that. Number 4. Strike for a knockout. Once again, I want to preface that this is not as straightforward as it seems. It's not easy to knock somebody out in a fight, you know, unless you've got a sizable advantage of strength, size, and experience over the guy. What you're trying to do is smack that brain around in there, and the famous targets for doing this are the chin, jaw, and temple. Clint also shows us the proper stance and delivery of the blow, but look, if you're only learning this from a book, give up on knocking someone out. Just take up a combat sport. Number 5. Deliver a devastating elbow. Throwing punches is great, but when you think about it, your hand is just a bony tarantula. Your knees and your elbow are much more sturdy, and a good elbow will split a face open. Not much more to say. Number 6. Make an improvised taser. Oh lord, here we go. Well, needless to say, this one is very dangerous and you can end up zapping yourself if you're not careful, but you can fashion a disposable camera into an improvised taser. First, take out the battery so there's no power. Now the camera will have a capacitor, so press the flash button to drain it of any stored electricity. Now take the camera apart. Now get 2 wires and 2 screws. Strip the ends of the wires and wrap them around the screws. You can put the screws where the film used to go. Wrap the opposite ends of the wires around the camera's capacitor posts and tape them in place. Now put the camera back together. As you put the battery in, place a piece of film between it and the battery terminal post. This piece of film will act as the safety. Remove it and the battery will charge the circuit. With the circuit charged, if you jam the end with 2 screws into someone, they'll be shocked with 380 volts. And even if it doesn't work, you've still stabbed them with 2 screws, so they're not having a great time. Number 7. Make an improvised explosive device. Jesus Christ, I don't know if I should be going into this, but it's actually not as bad as it sounds. It's more of a diversionary tactic than a way to blow someone's legs off. So we start off with a trick that's often used by magicians or showmen who often work with fire. You may know a lot of lighters come with a small switch on them that you can adjust for a bigger or smaller flame by sliding the lever left or right or anywhere in between. But you can actually make the flame much bigger than it was ever intended to be with this lever by removing the casing and now pushing the lever up so that you can turn it without turning the gear. So what you want to do is turn the lever to big flame, then lift it up from the gear and put it back to small. Then reattach to the gear and turn it to big again. And you keep doing that and the flame will be much bigger and more dangerous, so don't do it. Now, if you leave the flame on and tape the lighter to a wall or something at a downwards angle, it will eventually melt through the lighter's casing and ignite the fuel, blowing up. And while Clint shows this off as a diversion, this can cause injury or damage to property or start a fire. Look, I'll put it this way, if you're looking up a YouTube video for tips on how to cause trouble, you're too stupid to be playing with fire, so don't do it. Number 8, make a diversionary flash device. Another neat lighter trick. Take the lighter apart and you'll find the flint that is used for lighting the spark. Heat this until it's red hot, throw it on the ground, and it's like a little firework. Not quite the flashbang that blinds the illustrated enemies and allows Clint to escape into the night like Batman, but it's a neat trick. Number 9, make a Molotov cocktail. A fan favorite coming in hot at number 9 here. The Molotov cocktail is always a crowd pleaser. Fill a glass bottle with 5 cups of fuel, 1 cup of oil, and the shavings of half a bar of soap. The soap will turn the mixture into a sort of sticky gel, like napalm. Plug the bottle with a fuel-soaked tampon, light it, and throw. You very often see people just use some sort of rag to ignite the Molotov as well, but it's very important to remember you're hefting around a bottle full of liquid. If you throw it over your shoulder and it's not tightly sealed, that's going to go down your back and turn you into a human candle. And that happens a lot. It's like I was saying earlier, movies and TV give people the idea that everything's incredibly easy, and then they don't spend more than 2 seconds thinking about where all the fluid is going to go when they throw this open bottle. Number 10, pit a target vehicle. The precision immobilization technique, or PIT, is a maneuver commonly used by police to stop someone in a car chase. You drive alongside them and then steadily shove your front bumper into their rear tires. Their car will spin, maybe even roll the car if it was going fast enough. You probably killed them at that point. Congratulations. And that's all the skills for this video. Particularly violent today, but in the next 10 tips we're back to the espionage and defense-based tips. Till then, you can make use of these skills and kill them. Kill them all.